All right, hello YouTube. We are here again with another warp server video. This time I'm explaining how the economy works, since this is an MMO now with trade. So this is a whole video explaining how the economy works, where to get all the free-to-play sources of dark crystals, pay-to-win sources of tradable universal dark crystals, and all that. Okay, let's start off first with the free-to-play sources, all the easily accessible free-to-play sources. Okay, so first things first, very obvious, being active every week and doing your weekly tasks. Okay, from the double sword icon at the top, right? Your weekly activity, it gives you boss keys, DC, but this is regular DC, and then all the way at the end, you finally reach 900 activity. There is 100 universal crystals or tradable dark crystals here. All right, tradable DC. That's your 100 that you get per week. Okay. Outside of that one, there's also this guy over here in Hycros. Easily access Hycros by going to the map wherever you are, and there's a one-click teleport to Hycros. I'm already here. I'm not gonna do it. All right. So this guy right here on top of Hycros, you press F, talk to the dude, and then every day at 20 or at midnight server time, not 5 a.m. server reset time, but midnight server time. Every day at midnight server time, this thing, there's a countdown for when it happens, basically. Okay, all of these tasks would refresh. Okay, and then you're supposed to submit life skill material to this guy to get 100 tradable DC, 100 crew points, and also 100 crew currency to build your crew. So this is also relevant to build up a crew. Okay, once again, this whole game, all right, the warp server is closely tied to the crew system. It's an MMO after all. So how this works, so every day this will reset, and then you're supposed to try and submit as many as possible. And then, but remember, there's a cap of 7 submissions per week. Okay, there's a cap of 7. Each submission gives you 100 DC. And then how it works is the leftmost one, always, whenever it generates, it will ask for 2 resources of your chosen life skill, right? So I chose both crafting and omnium crafting. Okay, so this is one of the crafting mats. This is the omnium mats. Okay, both are here. And then the third one is not of your life skill. It's guaranteed not from your life skill. This is how they try and boost the life skills and how they make the economy work. Okay, so this thing I already bought it, but the one on the left is never going to be your life skill. And your goal here is to go here, bottom left button, go into the trading house. Okay, and then you search for that item. That's from Beast Capture, and then you look for the meat. You see the cheapest one being sold for 3, right? So it requires 3 times 13 is 39. You're expected to spend tradable DC around 40 to buy the mats from somebody else in the auction, and then you submit for 100 DC. So at the end of the day, on average, you're gonna be making 60 DC per day. 60 times 7 is about 420, give or take. That's how this whole economy works. Okay, so for example, I already bought the meat, and now I need this from my own life skill. You go to the crafting table on the side of your life skill. Okay, this is the other one. And since I have learned both crafting, these are both of the crafting table. You go look for the thing that it needs, and then make enough of it. Spend your life skill stamina, so I need 210 over here. I get enough mats, I run it back to the guy, okay, and then I submit. Once you submit, a new one will generate, and you'll get your DC. I got my DC. I'm at 6 out of 7 now. I have one last one for this week. And then once it regenerates, it's no longer guaranteed 2 of your own life skills. So right now, this is from cooking, this is from Beast Capture, and this is from Omnium. And at this point, right, if I buy 2 things from the auction, it's no longer worth it. So for example, this thing, right? You can choose to follow this task, and then if you go to the auction house and whatever you followed, right? You can see other people selling it. So this thing is being sold for 2 DC each. 2 times 20 is 40, right? Plus the meat, 13 of them, right? 13 times 5 is definitely not worth. Okay, so when this happens, you just wait for the next day until you get a better one to submit. So make sure you do this every day. Okay, sometimes you can do like 2 or even 3 per day. So you're pretty much guaranteed to get all 7 submitted. Now this is your major source of DC. Easily accessible DC is through your Lifeskill submissions. Okay, that's the 2 main sources for a free-to-play to get tradable DC. Okay, moving on. The next one is from world bosses. Okay, so if you go to look at any world boss, okay, there's one world boss that has upgraded drops, but I think the drop rate for cosmetics is the same. All right, the upgraded drops is more like you get more relic shards. Okay, so every world boss has the same drop table. This works on a seasonal basis. All right, there's the timer at the top. So every world boss, every time you open the chest with a key, you are guaranteed to get some cosmetics. It could be some trash. It could be, you know, an entire hair. It could be even an entire mount. All right, that's possible. Okay, whenever you do get the drop, it goes into your personal auction that you can pay regular DC for. If you don't pay for it and you let it go to world auction, which is this world auction system over here. As you can see, this is the world auction. Everything in here, okay, will show up at 8 p.m. server time, and the world auction will end at midnight server time. Okay, everything in here is a drop that someone has gotten from the world boss that they choose to not purchase themselves. Okay, everything here, if another player decides to bid on the auction and pick the item up, whatever DC that guy spent will then be sent to you, and then you will be able to claim it through this button over here at the bottom right of the auction page. So if I go here, that's the split for my crew auction. That's a different thing, but I don't have a world boss split because I didn't get anything. So if your items from the world boss doesn't get sold, you'll get paid a very small amount of DC. So basically you open world boss chest, you get some cosmetics and you pass it off. And then if another player purchases it from the world auction, you'll get DC. Okay, so basically a roundabout way of trading your boss keys for DC. Also, this was recently added to CN. Every world boss, or not every world boss, basically every day, you can force open a world boss chest, and every time you do it, there's a 25% chance of you getting 1 cosmetic shard, of getting 1 cosmetic. It's random, but a 25% chance. If you don't get it, keep trying until you get something for that day, and then once you get a cosmetic shard, you're done for that day. Okay, and then that cosmetic shard itself can be sold, since it's tradable, on the auction house. So like this auction house right here, you see this? The last boss chest I force opened, I ended up getting an outfit shard. So you go to the trade station, you go to the claim page, right? I ended up listing it into the trade station, and you know, it's sold for 425 DC. And when I claim, there's some tax, but after tax is 425 DC. Okay, and this page will show you that you made 425 today, and then accumulated total earnings, right, since I started playing was 9,400. So there's the world boss source, either with keys and you let it go to world auction, or force open for a chance of 1 free cosmetic per day, and then you can sell it by yourself later on in the trading house. Okay, that's the world boss source. Sources for other tradable stuff is basically a void rift gives you tradable mats every attempt, and you can choose to list these in the trading house for DC, and basically selling all the stuff that you get, right? And then join ops as well. Join ops, if you choose to use stamina, you get blueprints, you get join op tickets that you can choose to sell. Wait, fuck. I accidentally listed those too low. All right, you can choose to sell. And then relic shards, you can choose to sell. Lifeskill mats, you can choose to sell for whatever price. That's how you get DC, basically. Those are the main easy sources of DC. Now, we talk about the sources. The main sources is actually from crew, okay? Inside the crew, both PvE event, hold on, both the crew PvE event, as long as you participate every week, okay? This PvE event, if you participate every week, on Sunday at 8 p.m. server time, there will be a dedicated crew auction, which you can get access through on this page. So this is the crew auction, the one in the middle for PvE. The one on the right is for GVG, so the PvP mode. So in this crew auction page, you can go, the second tab over here, this was the auction that it only starts at 8 and it lasts for like 15 minutes, okay? There's footage of me doing this from the previous stream where I was like bidding. So like you can see the items for like 2-3 minutes. They'll display the items for this crew auction, and then you can choose which one to buy. And then once you do buy them, okay, if you fail the bid, all your DC is refunded to you. So I tried to buy this thing for 1,000 DC. I failed. Someone outbid me. Okay, you can claim your DC back. Okay, no harm done, no fees whatsoever. Okay, so you can just try and outbid people as long as you have enough DC to burn. Okay, you can immediately claim it back once someone outbids you during the auction. So I got my DC back over there. Okay, once the crew auction ends, everything that's sold for whatever DC to your crewmates, the proceeds of all the DC gets split up evenly to everyone that participated in the crew event, and it goes into the splits page. The splits page on the bottom right, right here. So my crew spent a lot of DC, and then this split for this week for the PvE event, I got split 629 DC, and then you can press claim. I got 629 from the crew splits. Okay, and then for GVG mode, okay, this one, the the crew auction starts at Saturday at 8:35. Okay, so since the crew GVG starts on Friday and okay, Saturday it starts at 8 p.m. and then when the thing ends, 8:35 is when the crew auction starts. And then after this, there's also another split. So basically your main sources from outside of the things we talked about earlier is from the 2 crew auction splits. Okay, so you should join, and you need to join an active crew to even get all of this DC. Very important. So for crews that didn't end up buying all the items in the crew auction, okay, for example, for this crew PvE event right now, the items end up going to world auction. So people that like all the items that are not bought goes to world auction, and then all of these items you can choose to buy again, but you know, no one gets the splits off of this. So try to buy from your own crew, right? So that's basically it. All the free-to-play sources of DC, either selling stuff on the market or participating in the crew. Okay, this one you just need to help out in the crew PvE boss for that week. This one you need to participate in the PvP event, either participate in the PvP or be a supporter outside and attack the boss outside. As long as you participate, you will get your split. Very important that you participate every day, every week. So basically this will be just additional footage showing that world boss split happens at midnight. Okay, so midnight server time. Okay, if you opened up a world boss chest the previous day or that day, okay, before midnight, you will get your split, okay, from world bosses at midnight server time. Okay, so I ended up getting 43 DC from opening up a chest that included some cosmetic shards. Okay, and that is all free-to-play sources of tradable DC or universal crystal. Moving on to the free-to-play sources of tradable DC, the pay-to-win sources. So for pay-to-win sources, So for whales or even low spenders, let's start with the low spender option. You got your monthly. If you buy a monthly every day, you will get 30 universal crystals for use in the auction. It used to be 100, they nerfed it. It is what it is. We'll see how much global gets. So every day there's like about 30 here that you can claim for your monthly. And then from the battle pass, you don't really need to upgrade premium pass. Regular pass gives you a grand total of 1,280 tradable DC. So that's a little bit more. And then obviously you get paid in the battle pass a lot of weapon upgrade mats, so you don't have to spend that much DC to buy them to begin with. So like, you know, this is huge value. And then outside of these two sources of tradable DC, that's it, right? Now we look at the whale options. For whales, okay, right here, since there is no gachapon going on right now in the game, this is my VOD of me doing the gachapon spins. Let's see it. So, the gamba time. Right, when you do roll on the auction, all the things you get from the gacha system, okay, everything you get from the gacha, the milestone rewards aren't tradable, but everything you do get from the gacha itself, okay, are tradable. So if you look at all the hoarded stuff I have, then you go to the auction house, I choose to sell something, right? This was the gachapon outfit, the rarest item from the gacha. I still have 2 copies and I'm still wearing one on my character, right? So I ended up with 3 of these after I maxed out my pulls, and then I can sell these for like, I don't know, 10k DC or something like that. So whales doing the gachapon, trying to reach that milestone cosmetic reward, either the pay to win smart servant, which isn't really pay to win at all, does nothing, and then or the whale title. Do we have a whale? No. There's like some fancy whale title which looks has unique effects on it and stuff. That's like a 200 milestone reward. So everything you get from the gachapon, you can choose to sell on the auction for sell to other players for DC. Okay, tradable DC. And then the most obvious one for actual pay to win whales is when you exchange Tanium directly to tradable DC. Okay. When you swipe for Tanium, there is a top-up bonus, right? Double top-up gives you universal crystals, tradable DC, okay? And then subsequent purchases give you, like, for example, $100 give you an extra 1,500 tradable DC, and then you can exchange your entire 6,480 Tanium into tradable DC if you want to, right? So these are interchangeable, however you want to do it. And that is about it for all the sources of tradable DC. Now that everyone is gone, we talk about the unconventional ways of getting tradable DC, okay? There is some highly illegal and you could get banned, okay? Ways of getting tradable DC. As you can see over here, there's people getting banned for doing this, okay? And then they got their DC removed, okay? So try at your own risk, okay? This is the not recommended way, but it's doable, okay? So the one way that most people on CN get banned for is for, okay? They make a bunch of alts and then they have their main sell obscure items like cosmetics that no one wants, all right? As you can see, for example, this Mia shard. No one is selling this Mia shard, okay? So you can have your main list a Mia shard. For example, look at, okay, this dude listed a Mia shard for max price 2,048, right? And then you have your alt buy the Mia shard for 2,048 after you farm free-to-play DC from your alt. And then that money would be transferred to your main. Highly illegal. I don't know if Global Perfect World will do anything with it. All right, CN will check your account for suspicious activity, and they will remove your DC all the way to negative and ban you. So I do not recommend you try stuff like this, okay? But it is an option, okay? Outside of just like you're abusing alts, you could also, I don't know, just go to the black market and buy it from other people to do the same way, right? List some bullshit that that doesn't exist in the auction, and then whatever. Just don't do it, okay? If you don't want to risk your account. This is a PSA, okay? It's a warning. If you do this, all right, you do get banned. People do get banned. Do at your own risk. Every MMO is infested with alts and bots anyways, so that's just the life of MMOs. Oh wait, we didn't talk about, I mean, maybe we can add this a little bit more, okay? There's the obvious way of just whatever Remy is doing, which also is frowned upon, but people do it anyways, and this they don't ban for. Okay, one last way to fairly at the cost of your fellow players, okay, to make DZ is obviously the main way of any MMO, okay, flipping the auction or flipping the trading station. You can go over here, okay, you can choose to buy stuff, all right, from other people and try and sell for higher, all right, that's very obvious. And then monopolizing the market, buy low, sell high, not buy high, sell low, okay, right? And then also we missed this, okay, this is why crew auctions are important, because everything you buy from the world auction, as you can see when you click it, there is no tradable, right? It doesn't say tradable. Everything you buy from the world auction is bound to your account. It's yours forever. You can't sell it. But everything you do buy from the crew auction, which only opens for like 15 minutes on the weekends, twice a day or twice a week, right? Saturday and Sunday at 8-ish, 8:35 and 8. Everything you do buy from the crew can be sold on the trade station. So for example, I was here 8 p.m. today, and I bought, you see how much shit, okay, I bought physical weapon upgrade mats, okay, a lot of them. I bought gear tickets for join up, and then I bought some frost mats. I insta bought them for 350 DZ, and I can sell them for 375, so that's like a 25 profit margin there. Okay, I bought some frost mats. I insta bought the Helene shard, which I paid $2.99 for. That's the max price you can pay. So I insta bought the Helene shard for $2.99, and if you look at the trading station, the Helene shard, for the lowest one, is selling for $4.35. So that's an easy plus 100 profit. Easy plus 100 profit. So, playing the market is your main free-to-play way of actually making money in this game. Okay, Remy has never spent any money. This sniper here in the chat, bro, has made, I don't know, how much have you made now? 20k DC from just buying shit from the crew and selling it on the auction. He's made 30k already. Okay, the Corpa flipper life. And then you look at this dude with his free-to-play DC that he was doing from flipping. He managed to, instead of investing into power and meta, bought the Meryl swimsuit, bought 10 shards for like 6k. So it is achievable, okay, the free-to-play dream, okay? You just gotta play the economy and know what the hell you're doing. But yeah, that is the main source of free-to-play DC. It's not from doing your dailies, weeklies, whatever submissions, okay? It's from playing the market, buying low, selling high, always monitoring the market, snipe out cheap stuff, know what people want to pay for, know how the meta works, know what level cap increases, just playing the game basically, okay? Playing the market. That is your main way of free-to-play DC. And all of this is legal, okay? All of this is legal. You won't get banned for flipping and buying shit in the market, okay? Buying from alts, on the other hand, is a different story, but doing this is all legal, no ban. Or maybe also add this part to the life skill stuff, okay? So for crafting life skills, you can choose to use your blueprints that you got, okay? And then you can get some mats from the auction house to craft gear. When the level cap increases, some of the gears can be sold for a decent margin as well, all right? A lot of people were buying blueprints from the auction house for like 100 DC, and then getting all the mats and then they would sell the gear to whales for like plus 200 DC profit. Right, but remember, this is just your typical life skill shit. There is life skill stamina, so you can't permanently do this. Okay, so you can also like buy stuff, craft stuff, sell it back to the auction house, and that's it. Okay, you can either choose the grind or you can choose to pay to win. And that is it to the actual video. Okay, goodbye YouTube. Before Perfect World catches me spreading this, you gotta run.